talked to Fence a few weeks ago about the receiving room, and he really likes what he's got there, but he did mention it was on, a little on the inexperienced side. What, given your history of, learning the position, what does it take to get from, a younger level to where you're at now?
Yeah, you got to be in those meetings focused and locked in, and even though Fence isn't talking to you directly, you got to take those coaching points because it's a big thing of not making the same mistake twice. That's the part of learning, and a lot of the guys are doing it now, and I did it for 3 years. Fence would coach amazing players like Trey Sean, Silas, T-Wayne, and Antlin, those guys, and their mistakes I tried to learn from, and yeah, that's part of just gaining some experience throughout experiencing it.
What do you feel like specifically you're doing this season that you maybe didn't know or weren't doing a year ago?
Recognizing coverages, little techniques that I didn't think I was capable of doing. I kind of just saw it and I worked at it over the off season and with Fence in the film room. So I think the techniques I've learned throughout the 3 years, and then like just knowing the coverages and being quarterback friendly.
You're going to end up with probably in the top 10 Oregon State history for receptions in a season. Does that mean something to you?
Yeah, I grew up watching Oregon State football. This is my dream school. I had season tickets when I was younger, and someone had mentioned that to me earlier, and it's honoring to be on a list like that if I were to.
Yeah. Did you have a particular goal in mind coming into the season, and what kind of a year were you hoping to have?
I did have goals, yeah. I wanted to just be the number one guy. Like, I knew that job was there. I knew someone had to step up in the receiver room, and I wanted it to be me. My ultimate goal was to make my name stamped on Oregon State football and leave a legacy for when I'm gone, but that was my ultimate goal.
How did you become the number one receiver? Was it extra work with the quarterbacks? I'm assuming you tried to become their best friend. I tried my best to get the guys going and kind of be like a natural leader when they first got here. And it kind of just worked out that way. I knew fall camp was going to be big because it was going to cement who's who in terms of like depth chart and stuff. So I wanted to go out there and have a real good fall camp. For 3 years, I've treated practices like games. So I treated fall camp the same way in terms of trying to make the most plays I possibly can. Is there one catch to you that stands out above all from this season?
My favorite was the one against San Jose State, that deep one, because those are the best when the crowd goes quiet for a little bit, and then cheer.
What I was thinking of another one that you didn't make. How much did that stick with you? The one at San Diego State. How did that motivate you? Yeah,
that one haunted me for a while. I got back here and I got that same ball thrown to me in practice just because I needed it. As a receiver, you can't really think too much about your drops. You got to think more about the catches that you do make, because it's a natural for you to catch the ball. If it doesn't happen, it's whatever. You got to move on, or else it's just going to compact.
Yeah.
Kind of throughout the season, you've had a bit of a knack for finding soft spots in defenses. I'm curious, how much leeway do you have in the playbook to kind of decide where you're going to run your route to?
Yeah. So with football, like, you want man coverage, but sometimes you don't get it, and there's always going to be soft spots in the zone, and the best way you can get the ball is just find those. So I don't think I have as much leeway as you would think, but you just try to find the hole and try not to get in other guys' ways.
Just to kind of piggyback on you basically being every quarterback here's favorite wideout, is it sort of different, or how does it sort of change your game depending on who's at quarterback? Like, do you run your routes any differently depending on who's back there?
No, I don't run my routes any differently depending who's back there. But like Ben was with the twos last year, and I was with the twos, so we had that chemistry going into it. When Vonnie got here, I made it a point to throw with him and get all those extra throws with him to make up for the time that we didn't have for 3 years. And then Bari, we're constantly getting reps with after practice. So it doesn't really affect me because they're all talented and they can do their job. So, yeah, I don't think it affects me.
Does any of their balls come out any differently, like a little bit harder? Or?
They do slightly, but it's nothing to think about.
How do you know this team is still engaged after losing 5 in a row?
The energy in the locker room is good. Like we know the season's still there. Like if we win 2 games, we go to a bowl. If we win the bowl game, no one cares about the losses in reality of it. So the energy's up. The guys want to be here. Guys who are here love football and want to play for Oregon State.
But it doesn't feel the same as when you were like 4-1, does it?
I mean, obviously not, but it's not like it's not like how you guys expect us to feel like down in the dumps or anything. It's nothing like that. It's energy is high, and practice day was real good.
What's the message from this senior group to everyone else this week?
It goes by fast. Jared, I've been here for a while, and he's like, before I knew it, I'm about to walk tomorrow or on Saturday for senior night. So his message just, let's send us out well. They were a part of the rebuild the first time, and then they were successful with 10-win season. We want to send them out well on a high note with the win.
Anything else? Thanks, Trent.
Appreciate it.